Hey guys, Lego Freak here. Welcome to another custom Lego minifigure tutorial. Hope you guys enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, the minifigure for today is Talia Al Ghul. Now some of you, if you've been watching for a while, may remember this Talia Al Ghul that I posted quite a while ago. One of my favorite figures still, by the way. And this is basically the Talia to go with it. I really do like some of the stuff that I've done on this figure. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the tools that I used. Alright, guys, and the tools I used for this particular minifigure include black paint. Jeez, I hit the desk hard. Pink paint, just a little bit. Dark red paint. And this gold paint as well. I used a paintbrush, a thumbtack for the details. I used some cardstock as well. So, I mean, you could use normal paper, but it's very thin, so I'd recommend something with a bit more heft to it, so to speak. Well, let's get into the pieces that I used. Alright guys, the pieces I used for this particular minifigure include this short black hair, this Wonder Woman face, this chest plate from Brick Warriors, this torso, some skin arms, some dark red hands, some black legs, and then finally this pink 1x1 round tile piece. So yes, let's go ahead and get into the actual painting tutorial. Alright guys, so starting off, nothing was done to the hair or the face, so just those are as is. Now this torso here, or not torso, the chest plate, I had to sand off the little, there's little bolts. There's 3 here, and there was 2 here. I had to sand those off entirely, which wasn't too difficult, and they were on the back as well, so I had to sand both front and back. Then, painted it in a, oh yeah, also, obviously, I had to cut out the front part as well. So, cut that out, sanded it a bit to make it look a bit more smooth. Painted all of that red, outlined this shoulder pad in gold, and then put a little gold here on this triangle, right there. So yeah, not too much about that. The torso, I took some cardstock, put it over the torso, cut this V shape out, and painted that in skin color. Took some black and then did a line going straight down to here with it. Then also took some gold and continued this triangle straight down. Obviously, of course, I painted the cardstock in red as well, that dark red color. After that, I took some more. Actually, I should probably explain the legs first. Black legs, as I said before. Took some of just some red and did like the basic boot shape. Then once that was done, it was just a line from here all the way around to here. Then I took it and I curved it all the way up to this point, as you can see on this leg here. I curved it up to there, and then down with red, outlined it in gold, and then just filled in the rest. So it is on the side too, you just can't see it. After that, I took some more cardstock and made the waist cape going all the way around to here. Took some more cardstock and made this little belt, painted that in red. Did this part gold. Also, I should mention I did continue the black line all the way down. The reason this belt doesn't go around is because the hand would kind of hit it and mess it up, so I didn't want to interfere with the movement of the character, so that's why the belt doesn't continue around. Once I finished this black line, I put the belt on, and then, yeah, so moving on from there, took some red, or gold, rather, and painted this bracelet here. Just made a gold line that started here, went all the way up and back here, and then it does curve back down that way. Filled all the rest of that in with gold, painted the rest of this red just so that it could match the rest of it, like this whole arm is armored. Over here on this skin arm, you can see here this dragon tattoo. Now a lot of the things done for this figure were because of move my setup there, was because of this guy, this Talia Al Ghul that I made a while back. And I really liked the design of this and how I did some of the things. So on his arm, he has a light green dragon tattoo, as you can see. So I did the same one in pink on her arm. It does continue under this, but it might mess it up if I take this off. So yeah, but yeah, that was kind of difficult to paint. I don't really know how to describe it to you, like the painting process. I basically just Googled like cool dragon like shapes and painted what I saw. So I can't give you super like good tips on how I did this. It was just sort of trial and error until it came out the way that I wanted. So painted that in the bright pink. I took this arm guard, cut it at this point right here, going up and around, and then painted that in red as well. And the reason is kind of even it out because I looked at the figure without this, and it just looked very off. Like this big bulky shoulder pad just kind of made the character look like off-centered. So I wanted something to kind of fix that. And I was planning to paint like an arm guard anyway, so it just sort of fit really well. Yeah, now moving on to the most interesting part, the back. Now I wanted this cape to look kind of like torn and tattered, like it's been like battle worn. So the first thing you'll notice right off is that I did the same emblem, this dragon emblem that I did on Raish. I did it on her as well. I just used a pink 1x piece instead of the green one that I used for Talia Al Ghul. This cape was made from cardstock, painted in a kind of lighter red color. And just for a little variation, painted gold down this side to kind of match up with like the gold on this side, so it's kind of like just a continuing like pattern. And painted this big dragon down there, which I also painted on this cape back when I did this figure, as you can see. So again, I don't have super like useful advice for painting like this emblem. It was much easier the second time just to copy what I did before, but again, it's just I looked up thing. Actually, this one I didn't even look up. This was actually like my, like I did this one just sort of frick. Sorry about that, guys. That's what happens when you have a fragile setup. Anyway, moving on, like that never happened. It was just again trial and error, and I really want to like, I want to like show you guys how I did it, but at the same time, it's really hard to film me actually painting these things. So, and same with this one. This one was not my design. I looked up like cool dragon designs, found this one. So, and again, this was just copying what I did on him before. So, but yeah, trial and error. And I mean, obviously, I don't know how many of you actually make figures off of my tutorials, but yeah. So overall, I think it's a pretty darn cool figure, and they look really nice, like together as like a set. I wanted to find a way to put the emblem on the front of her so that way you could see them like next to each other, but I couldn't really figure out how to do that and make it look right. So, but yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap up this video. Alright guys, that about wraps up this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to leave a like as well as subscribe. Lots more content coming your way very soon. This has been Lego Freak. Peace.